Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we are going to do episode 6. How is it already episode 6 of one of my favorite things to do here on YouTube, my revisiting series. Today we are going to look at the entire Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize collection. What is the revisiting series, you may ask, if you are new to it? Well, I will tell you. The revisiting series is something I started, about 6 months or so ago, and what it does is it revisits some of the most iconic, favorite makeup products out there. See, unfortunately, the makeup and fashion industry value new above everything else. And sometimes, unfortunately, that takes something that's new and makes it not so new, and we push it to the back of our drawers where it gets often covered in dust and certainly neglected. So my revisiting series aims to bring these slightly older, if you can call it that, products back out into the light where we can take a look at them and enjoy them once again like we did when they were brand new and fresh. And so today we're going to look at, like I said, episode 6, the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize collection. I will link the first 5 revisiting series below in case you have missed any of them. In those series, we look at things like the Benefit Benetint Lip and Cheek. We also look at the very first Pat McGrath Mothership palette and things like the Natasha Denona Biba palette and so on and so on. So I do invite you to explore those. But today, as I said, we're going to look back at another of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury products, the Extra Moussey, Extra Fun Eyes to Mesmerize. And no, in America, I did not spell those wrong. Mesmerize is spelled with an S-E in Great Britain. And we know that's where lovely Charlotte Tilbury is from, so I spelled it the correct way in British English, although many American stores will put it as Z-E, because that is how we spell it here in the United States. Canada, how do you spell it? Probably the British way. Let me know below. Okay, so the Eyes to Mesmerize collection consists of about 10 in various states of stock and various states of out of stock and not made and canceled and things, but about 10 different Eyes to Mesmerize. They're each $32, and they are these little pots of delight. They are very, very moussey. Now, we could compare these all we want to other eyeshadow pots. The closest you would get is the Tom Ford product. Tom Ford does make a pot with a powder shadow on the other side, and that's kind of a moussey cream. But others are not. In fact, before we look at these, Charlotte Tilbury herself did these jewel pots, which we thought would be like the Eyes to Mesmerize, but they're not. They're kind of a gentler, almost a glitter. The Eyes to Mesmerize, I'm going to show you, if you haven't seen them before, are truly a moussey consistency. Okay, so here's one. This is Copper Sunrise, and first thing I'm going to do is just zoom in on it to let you see it if you're not familiar with the product, and then I'll stick my finger in there on camera just to kind of give you an idea of what it is like. When I say moussey, I really do mean that, and it is kind of a texture that you can smooth on with your finger and leave or go in with a brush to kind of smoke it out and work it out. They do not set as such. These are not to be confused with the Charlotte Tilbury Color Chameleon, which is a pencil that will then set and stay. That's not really the function of the Eyes to Mesmerize. The Eyes to Mesmerize go on and kind of become a creamy, smooth base that you can use to form a base for a shadow over it or wear on its own. These are great as a one and done eye look, or what I've done today that we'll recreate in a few minutes, and that is a two and done, two and flu, I don't know, a look. So that's what I tend to use them for, but they could also be a base. They are absolutely beautiful and shiny, and we, like I said, we have 10 different shades. I have 8 with me here. One is out on loan, and one, oh, the story, I just never got it. So let me explain to you. We have Copper Sunrise. Okay, let me just go through them here. Amber Gold, that is out on loan. Sunset Rose. Champagne or Jean. These have changed their name many, many times. By the way, I will show you arm swatches of this. Champagne, and then we have Chocolate Brown, which used to be called Mona Lisa. Oyster Pearl, which used to be called Marie Antoinette. Verushchka, pay attention to that shade because we're going to talk about that one in a moment. Didn't used to be called anything but Verushchka. Rose Gold. We're getting to some of the newer ones here. Star Gold. And Cleopatra, which I do not have. I'll tell you why in a moment. We are going to look at some arm swatches, but I wanted to let you know that I have made all these little $32 gems available for you down below with convenient shopping links. They are all available except, interestingly enough, Sunset Rose appeared to be out of stock wherever I looked. Verushchka, which is this one that I showed you, and it's such a pretty gray. I didn't even use it today. It's almost a greenish gray. I didn't use it today because that looks like it's out of production. And Cleopatra is out of production. Cleopatra is a peacock shade that I will insert a picture of, and it is gorgeous. At the time it was available, I actually didn't buy that one. I really, years and years ago when it was available, was really partial to very toned down neutral eye looks, and I thought I would never use it. And I missed it. Now that I do a little bit more with color, I would love something like Cleopatra, but it's not being made anymore. So fortunately I did get Verushchka. I'm lucky there. And Amber Gold, we'll see if that one comes back. Let's go to some swatches. Okay, so let's create a look with these guys. Now, please know that a lot of people, including Sophia Tilbury, Charlotte Tilbury herself, like to use the Eyes to Mesmerize as a base to apply a powder eyeshadow over, and it makes a smooth kind of base layer, which is fantastic. But what I like to use the Eyes to Mesmerize for mostly is either a one and done look or a 2, 3 and done look. So we are going to do a look completely with the Eyes to Mesmerize. And I think we're going to start with probably the Oyster Pearl color, which is, or Marie Antoinette. Okay, so we are going to take this, and the great thing about these is you can kind of play with them like you're in art class in school. And you know, we all like that because when you're in school, so you can put them just on the lid. So that's what I'm going to do here and just rub it in all over. I can use a brush later, but right now, other than getting it all over myself. You know, in school, everybody liked art class, right? Because we didn't know we were being judged. We were just playing and we were having fun. And when you were able to do that, now I'm going to take a brush, and this is just a good old rougher number 1. I always reach for that. And I'm just going to kind of brush it in there. What Charlotte Tilbury and Sophia Tilbury do in some of their tutorials is Sophia Tilbury says when it's just for day, she just kind of puts it on with a finger, and when she wants it to be a little bit more something, then she puts it on with a brush, maybe for a nighttime look. So these can go either way. Pardon me scratching my nose like that. There we go. Ah, that's better. Now I'm taking that same color and I'm just dipping in with a pencil brush, and I'm just going under my eyes with it. I have never gone in the waterline with these colors. I bet you could. I don't know, it seems maybe they're a bit too moussey. It's not really something I would try. And I am going to now, let's see, let's kind of keep this a browner look. Let's go ahead and go in with the chocolate brown, which was also called Mona Lisa. And I'm just going to take my finger now, same finger I was using because we're mixing these anyway, and just kind of apply it to the outside of the eye. And as you see, I am really doing just as well with my fingers as I would and could with a brush. That's another thing I really, really like about these Eyes to Mesmerize is exactly that. And they just kind of smudge. There's a lot of playing time. They set, but they don't set down, as I said, like a Color Chameleon pencil would. And they're just so easy and fun to work with. And I decided not to go for a kind of pink look, so I'm staying away from the rosier colors. and just getting that in there. And I'm just not even doing the best job. I'm just using the same brushes and just kind of, I mean, it's really, really quite foolproof. Quite foolproof. Okay, I'm gonna put on some mascara and come back and chat with you about these little guys. Okay, I'm back. This is the finished eye look. Put on a little bit of Pillow Talk eyeliner by Charlotte Tilbury and her Push Up Pillow Talk mascara. I have an eye look that looks like I took a long time on it. And as you guys saw, it was quicker than I normally am, and I'm always quick. To me, these are dramatic, easy, foolproof. Do it with your finger, add a brush, don't add a brush, whatever. And it always looks so just creamy and smooth and pretty. These are a great deal. I used two today. As you saw for this look, I used Oyster Pearl, formerly Marie Antoinette, and Chocolate Brown, formerly Mona Lisa, to do my eye look. And I could have done the same thing with three. I often only just use one, and I just think they're absolutely beautiful and should be celebrated a bit more. Tell me how many you have in your collection. I have 8 of the 10 right here, and if you know of any other that might be limited edition that I somehow left off, I love to have a dialogue with you guys and to tell me what you know about the product and what you have. And if you were on the fence ever about getting them, did this video help you? So definitely leave a comment and a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, which I hope you did. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see all of you in the next video. Other episodes of Revisiting linked below. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.